laws come into place and you're not.
I'm not sure what we came in on. I'm not sure what was the words that we came in on.
I think we came on the words. I don't know what we came on.
Okay,
we came
good.
everywhere.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's what I should be doing. White. Where's Alan?
I know. Stop it. Hey guys, what's going on? We're here playing some Megaman. Megaman.
Murmur.
Megaman. For the Mega Man Mega Week month. Mega.
There, I fixed Frisk for you.
Man.
I mean, not Frisk. What's her name?
Oh, if she has red eyes, it's Chara.
Yeah, that's the word
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, it's cool. We're doing it. Normally, today would be either me doing nothing because we're not got a game on this slot yet, or us doing the Wednesday game, which, again, we don't really have currently at the moment. But today we're doing some Mega Man, and then we'll probably be doing some Mega Man, and then we'll do some Pokemon, and then we'll maybe do some Mega Man. Who knows what we're going to do for the rest of the month? Hopefully, the 30th, next Wednesday, will be the start of a new campaign, but if it's the 6th, it could be whichever one. One of those 2 weeks will be the start. But we'll until then, we got some Mega Man. Han donates $20. Says, for Yome.
Daddy
Or
giving me my
Yome.
allowance.
Okay.
Daddy's giving me my allowance. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Daddy.
Oh, thank you, Daddy.
I'm not part of this. I am not associating with this. Hey, if it's for money, spank me, Daddy.
Spank me, Daddy. Oh, God. Oh, man. All right. So,
Note, Bug is a character. He does not reflect my ideals.
Will,
Yeah?
he's basically your ideal. Let's not shit anybody here. But welcome. We're gonna play some Mega Man today. We're gonna have some fun. Before we go into a lot of things, I'd like to zoom in on our boy here, who has currently the lowest stress he's ever had in the campaign.
It's beautiful.
Look at him. And he has one extra programming.
How to mess with this? I mean, good.
They say hard work never pays off, but then I look at that sheet and I realize that yes, there's some things worth fighting for.
He's down in the single digits for now.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Until something horrible happens. Which,
God
why
damn
would
it,
something
Gilbert
horrible
Gottfried.
ever happen?
Damn it, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, I see. The moment anything gets brought up, it's suddenly my fault.
No, Will. Say, holy fuck is this wrong, but holy hell is it erotic.
Holy fuck is it wrong? But holy fuck is it erotic?
Almost. You did good.
Almost.
You did really good.
I don't know what you're quoting. So.
I gotta show you that good shit later. I showed it to Bliss.
If anybody hasn't seen Gilbert Gottfried read 50 Shades of Grey,
What?
they are.
Yeah,
they have not lived.
It's a college humor video.
College humor doing something actually funny?
I know. They got Gilbert Gottfried.
But we'll see how long this stress
with
lasts.
Danny DeVito.
We need a full. Honestly, we need a full read through of it instead of just the college humor video.
Well, in this world, there's an audiobook.
In this world, there is an audiobook of it.
Yeah, no, I show this to Blue.
Canonically,
and
canonically in the Net Navi world, 50 Shades of Grey is an audiobook with
As
Gilbert
read-
Gottfried.
As read by Gilbert Gottfried. Fucking yes.
It is one
I'm
of
making,
the. It is yet another thing that just makes this world better than our real world.
making a difference where it counts. You're welcome, audience.
I love it. Anywho, so with that being said, my dudes, we just got back from having a game about 3 days ago, so obviously you guys both know what happened that game. But we still do need the recap. So Vader,
This is bullying and sexual harassment.
what happened last game, my dude?
No, I would tell you.
Go up to what you remember.
Joker, look.
Oh.
We have.
Damn it.
No, hold on, give me a second.
Cyan Gemini just gave $4. Well, it looks like Yome is somewhat low on dice. Have some nice dice for that reading, Will.
Thank you. For that, I will remember a little bit.
There you go, my dude.
Last time we went to the mall, and in this mall venture, there was the creepy tooth guy who has an actual tooth fixation. I'm not going to go into as much detail as I did last game. Hopefully that whole text message was on screen. I don't think it was, though. But, yes, this guy, though, I think his name was Red Herring. No, that's not it.
Red herring. It's Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan Herring, who pretty much makes it seem like he's a bad dude. He probably is, but he's also not the main antagonist.
That's what I do with characters named Nate. I make them out to be the bad guys and then make them out to be the most lovable characters.
Well, you did one of the two. If you look at the transcript of my psychological analysis, though, maybe we'll have something.
We'll look at it. We'll look at it if it ever shows up.
But no. Okay. He encountered Savannah's chips not being on her. So she is looking for them. Totally not avoiding Yome. Because that would not be something she would do.
Of course not.
After a bit of a conversation with Vader, and Blitzman was there too, Nathan agreed to talk to Alan, and Alan surprisingly took it well. He was like,
I can't
"You know what?
wait. I can't wait to have a talk with Alan.
And Alan was pretty much like, you know what? Yeah, I want to talk to that guy.
I don't. Who knows? Maybe he's just misunderstood.
I get why I don't like him. He reminds me too much of myself when I was his age. But okay.
If you can't remember things, we can also have Yome fill in the gaps.
But then who's gonna fill Yome's gaps? Heyo.
Alan. I mean, nothing.
Donovan, I mean, what?
Donovan. Squeaky, do you have anything to add to that?
Just to make sure, because I was posting that Gilbert Gottfried video in the NSFW for people who want to be enlightened.
Mostly he just talked about the Nathan stuff.
Oh, wow. You skipped through a bit. Okay, so
it's not in order either. My memory is not in order.
Game starto. We arrive to the mall. Alan's like, fucking, I don't want to go shopping. You guys go shopping. Sweet. So then Donovan, Savannah, and Yome go up. What are you doing? Go up to the shopping, and we have some We have some life talks while we're shopping. We talk about Alan's sleep problems. We talk a little bit about Longshot, which was a former Navi of his that he and Donovan and someone else who he might have had a crush on that was a girl worked on. Because Blitzman and Longshot were originally meant to be a bit of a duo. After the incident, which Donovan wants to believe it wasn't on purpose, but fuck is it hard if he hates Alan. He kind of fucked over Blitzman a little bit by trying to remove any semblance of whatever Alan did with him in the past. But that also ended up kind of bugging out Blitzman a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple more heart-to-hearts. Talking about clothing, tastes in girls. Donovan teased Yomei a little bit, like, so do you like Alan or not? Savannah was like, fucking make out with me, please.
I'm thirsty. Give me water.
we had some good talks. While they were doing that, Cross and Alan kind of went off screen for a bit. And told Blitzman to totally not tell anybody, except he did. He told Bug Vader, and Bug Vader was like, "We can't tell anybody that Alan is gone." So they go to Underwear.
I didn't say that. I said don't tell Yomei.
Yeah, okay, well, don't tell Yomei that. So then they went to Underwear and they played video games.
Don't forget, the reason we didn't want to tell Yomei was because we thought he was totally begging Cross.
Yeah, he thought that whatever Blitzman didn't come to that assumption, but Bug Vader totally did, that if Alan and Cross went off somewhere on their own and didn't want anybody to tell anyone, it had to be lewd. It's in a hospital. But he was all like, let's not tell Yomei, we can't freaking put their friendship at risk. So they go to play games.
At Underwear, the game store, and
Underwear,
you guys went to Cool CD, the clothing store.
The clothing store. So they did that. After Yomei, Donovan, and Savannah finished shopping, they bought dresses, they bought aprons, they bought lingerie, they bought underwear, they bought a lot of shit. Not a lot of shit, but a good little ensemble of clothing. They go back to where they had left Alan and Cross and Blitzman, and then he's not there. To which they find it rather weird. So Donovan hits up Blitzman on the PET, and Blitzman tells them, yeah, I wasn't supposed to tell you, Alan left. And then he tells Donovan that Alan left and where he went. So we rendezvous back with them. They tell us about what happened, and we decide to go back to the station to meet up with them. While we go back to the station to meet up with them, there's still some conversations going around, and it's mentioned that Savannah is missing her battle chips. Freaking out, she completely runs back to wherever we might have been, to which Bug Vader is like, we should probably go after her. Blitzman mentions that, fuck, we've accrued a lot of late fees, Donovan. I should not go anywhere.
Oh yeah, the late fees thing.
To which Donovan returns Blitzman and waits on a cooldown.
What the fuck is this?
Bug Vader. Yeah, see, I saw that. Bug Vader.
I'm not even memeing. I'm just drawing.
Bug Vader was like, I'll go after her. To which Yomei was like, no, because then you might accrue some late fees, and I'm in a personal copy bot, so I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Contacted Cross with the same method that Donovan did with the PET and been like, hey, meet us at the station. So Yomei goes to retrace the steps, but she goes from the starting point, hopefully assuming that Savannah went backwards. And at the movie theater, there was a couple suspicious happenings, and that it was completely barren. There was nobody there. They reactivated the evil tape. So
The evil tape.
The evil tape. So now we can't go back to the employees only area where we were able to before, which kind of sucked, but there was just absolutely nobody there. The theater, Yomei checked the theater, didn't find anything. And then we found Flick's terminal, which was kind of acting all kind of fucky and weird, and we had to play the prices right to unlock it with some passwords. Using this one, I hope this helps. Yomei was able to get a battle chip, which is the popcorn bomb. And she ends up giving this to Alan at the end of the day. But finding nothing else that she can do with, she decided to go back to the mall. We kind of montaged her looking through everything again, going to the security and being like, hey, you guys anybody freaking claim a thing in the lost and found? You guys see a pouch full of battle chips? No? Okay. Movie theater's kind of fucky. I think they're being compromised. You guys probably check that out. I know you're mall security, but don't you also have contact to the police? Either way. After that, she returns back to the station. Everybody's here and back. Donovan has Blitzman again because he's got to carry all his shopping bags back home. And we go home. Alan's like, fucking, I've got some weird kind of inspired right now. I need you to leave the copy bot without, like, jacking into anything, Yome, or something. Without me turning it off, actually.
He basically wanted to watch you leave the copy bot.
Yeah, I want to watch you leave the copy bot. To which Yome was like, okay. Sorry about all the dumb shit that happened today, and thank you for today as well. She also did that with Donovan a bit, but whatever. And she leaves the copy bot, and Alan just gets a stroke of inspiration and hasn't talked with us for 2 hours. But Eureka, he's got it. He still hasn't said anything, though, and
so
here we are.
At the end of the day, you said you gave Popcorn Bomb to Alan?
Yeah, she gave, when we got home, she gave him the chip.
Because that would mean that this is now, finally, the final battle chip Alan can carry.
Yeah.
Alan now has 10 battle chips in his deck. That is the final battle chip he can carry. If you guys get any more, you'll have to start switching them out.
Oh yeah, Cyan Gemini Plate's a good point. On the way to the station, we were chased by fucking Toothy Man over here. And freaking Yome had to pretend to, like, be normal for a bit. But then Donovan looked behind him, so she had to fucking kiss him to knock him out. To, like, knock him back to
To
his
knock
senses.
him out?
No, to knock him
You
out.
had to fucking knock him out, boy?
Had to knock him out, so I made out with him and then punched him in the fucking
You
face.
had to knock that boy out. Oh, Yome, what are you...
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, made out with Donovan only for platonic reasons, so that we can get him back to his senses, so we can run the fuck away from this fuck, while Bug Vader and Blitzman failed to tackle him because they both forgot about the thing that, you know, you can't hurt people. That whole copybot failsafe, the whole reason I couldn't kill Anastasia, that thing, I couldn't do it before. Why do you guys think you can tackle somebody? It didn't work.
I'm just surprised you were able to knock him out. That was
I was so tempted to try the kissing method, but it would not be in character.
Either way, we got some info from him that he's like the only person that doesn't believe any of the rumors about Alan.
Yeah, he doesn't believe shit. He's like,
But
oh yeah,
fuck.
Alan fucking destroying the school. Yeah, that probably didn't happen.
Like, I don't believe any of those dumb rumors, but fuck is Alan good to fuck around with. I can't wait to take his battle chips, eat them, and then use them actually.
His thing is more and is less, man, Alan's fun to tease, and more everybody is fun to fucking go after.
Yeah, everyone's fun to tease. Donovan is scared of him because he's just really fucking weird. he likes to bite shit. He is just kind of sadistic. But Bug Vader was able to get out of him that the reason he was following us was because Alan has a battle chip that he wants, which is the Smoke Claw. And one of the reasons he followed around us, despite Alan not being with us, is because he believed since Yome had the PET, that she might also have. Yeah, it sucks when that happens.
We're back on my side. We'll be back in a second. There we go. We're back. Cool.
All right.
So they didn't.
Fuck it.
Hmm?
We have to change the password again
Oh.
because it came back too fucking soon. Hooray! I'm changing the password now.
Okay. Yeah.
Do-do-do. I'm so mad whenever these things happen.
No, it's fair.
There you go. There's a new password.
Alrighty.
I love how the game comes back just as I'm fucking logging into this, so it gives off everything.
Oof.
Yeah, oof indeed. You guys coming in will probably put a strain on my computer too, so if we go out, it's because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know
my-
what's been going on lately, but we are hopefully going to switch over to a thing called Metronet instead of Spectrum that we're on right now.
Yeah, I heard Spectrum kind of. I've heard.
We haven't had
iffish
any
things.
problems except for like the past like month. The past like month has been absolutely terrible.
Ouch. I'm gonna put in the other RP chat that the password changed.
Yeah. Hopefully the interwebs works out better. Hopefully, the thing that I'm hoping to switch to is something called Metronet, and it actually has a server in Lexington, which is where I live. So it should hopefully be a lot more stable.
Hopefully.
But it's gonna probably cost a bit to get out of the freaking contract that we're in with Spectrum and all kind of stuff like that, and it's gonna be blah blah blah. Hopefully I won't have to do it, but since I pay for it, I probably will have to do it. So we'll see how things go. But I cannot stick with this fucking thing. They literally just came by and quote unquote fixed this problem, and it's made it worse.
Was Pokemon okay, or did
No.
it also did it also get split?
Pokemon was split 4 times.
Oh fuck.
That's the most it's ever been split.
Oof.
I only had to upload 3 of them because after the first split, it was kind of like this split, only like it was only 5 minutes, so I cut that one out entirely.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Worst case scenario, if you want me to give it a shot, since I barely use it for a lot of crazy things, it's kind of a monster still. If we end up, hopefully not, if we end up
I
getting
would need to give you literally everything to have you do that, so no.
No, already.
I would have to literally give you everything, including like the like emote wheel. I'd have to give you the background. I'd have to give you like all of the different things.
No. I was mainly saying of if our VOD ends up getting split, export them so that I can download them and then just put them together.
Oh, that. I mean, we could try it. I know that exporting from Twitch isn't the best quality. If I were to do that, I would basically much rather have to like record them and then do it that way. But we'll see. We'll see if I end up having to do that or not.
We'll see what happens. But that option is on the table. I can try to put them together into one cohesive.
That'd
video.
be fucking great, wouldn't it? If I just recorded it from now on, so that every time it goes down like this, all you guys hear in those little intervals is just me going, "Fuck! Damn it! I hate everything! Son of a
That's what you guys need to fucking hear. Blue losing his goddamn mind.
They hear it most of the time anyway. With that
Yeah, I
being
know.
said, I'm not recapping that. We're gonna have a 20-minute episode on YouTube. Congratulations. Hey man, fucking, you wanna do this to me? Freaking internet? Fine. More episodes on YouTube means more ad revenue. Come at me. Don't do
Well,
it, please.
I was actually gonna say, in the terms of the RP VODs, people tend to just watch the most recent one and then not the rest, I've noticed.
How about you be quiet?
That's why I do the freaking end
How
cards
about
and
you,
eyes.
how about you leave me alone?
That's why I fucking manage your channel.
How about you leave me alone?
Except for Pokemon, I don't care.
Yeah, you don't do fucking shit for Pokemon.
I tagged those episodes though.
You did
Fuck
go.
you.
You did actually add them to the playlist too, didn't you?
Yeah, I updated your playlist and I added tags for them.
See, if I complain enough, then you'll do stuff for me. It's great. It's a great relationship.
I decided to be nice.
With all that being said, let's come back into things. Let's smooth into it. It's been a couple of hours as you guys have been here with Alan. Alan is basically completely not been paying attention to you guys in the slightest. He has been looking at his computer, typing some things that, again, Cross is having trouble understanding as far as coding is concerned.
Yeah, one more thing.
What?
Screen's black.
Okay, I don't care.
Okay. Okay.
I don't care. They don't get to see anything anymore.
God damn
Well,
it,
they can see
Anthony.
everything else but tabletop itself.
I know they don't get to see anything. Fuck those
Okay,
guys.
good.
There. That's whenever I cut away to do the new opening. And so now I have to get back into the fucking thing. Thanks a lot, Squeaky,
Sorry.
interrupting me. You could have waited until I said the things I wanted to say.
I waited for a proper pause.
I wasn't paused. I was in the middle of talking.
I'm sorry.
I was on a pause. Squeaky, I love you.
Love you too.
Alan has not been paying attention to you guys at all. For the past 2 hours or so, he has been messing around with the computer. You guys have been watching him and not really understanding what all he's been putting on there. Anytime you guys say something or try to do anything, he seems to be completely ignoring you. You guys remember he was almost in this same kind of state whenever he was at school, looking outside toward all those color-changing trees and things like that. Alan seems to go into kind of these almost not trances, but kind of just ignoring the outside world kind of thing. You guys could literally jump in front of him on the screen, and as long as he has access to typing, he seems to be good. The only thing you guys could possibly do to stop this is, again, turning off the computer or something like that.
It's like he's in avatar mode, but programming.
As he is doing this, I would like to know, would you three like to do anything? Cross is going to be watching him type.
Actually, Yome did want to do something if Alan was busy to respond to any of us.
What's that?
Is it possible to write an email to Miss Toki?
You definitely could.
Yeah, she's gonna do that. Kind of like, you probably know right now, you've gotten a warning on the copy bot. I am more than willing to explain my actions. They do not justify the warning, and I am ready to receive the consequences for blah. Just, I'm sorry, you got a warning. I am more than willing to explain myself if you are willing to talk to me at any point.
Are you sending that to Miss Toki, or are you sending that to Night Bunny?
I will send that to... Well, wouldn't...
There's
if
a
I send it
difference.
to Miss... There is a difference. Okay, well, considering that it's Night Bunny's copy bot, since... I will send it to Night Bunny, because it will mostly affect Night Bunny if anything happened to that copy bot.
Okay.
But she will also send it to Miss Toki, so she will send it to both.
Okay. But you are sending it to Night Bunny.
Yes.
Okay. We'll get to that in just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And Bug Vader, is there anything you would like to do before we move on?
What did I miss last night in terms of what happened right after I left?
Right after you left, we basically just got home, and like I said just now, Alan has been sitting at the computer coding for a little bit after having Yome give him a bit of a spur of inspiration.
Okay.
She seems to be making an email, and Cross seems to be watching Alan and watching the what he's doing. You also see that Cross, again, using the PET, since the PET is not actually docked at the moment, she seems to be monitoring his heart rate and things like that.
In that case, Vader's gonna train with the boys.
Gonna train with the boys?
Yeah, the Metals and Salt Tool.
You and the boys.
Throw! He throws salt. I shoot the individual salt particles.
You're over here training with the boys. I'd like you to roll me for your link, please, while you're doing this.
Okay.
16's pretty fucking good.
Plus 5.
You notice while you are training with the Metools and Salty, but Salty doesn't do anything. You notice when you're training with the Metools that sometimes whenever you throw the salt over toward number 1 guy and letter A guy, they seem to go into their helmets, and you almost see a reflection shockwave happen, similar to how you guys use the guard chip over here.
Hey, not bad.
They seem to be getting a tiny bit stronger.
Not bad, you guys. I'm proud.
No, I'm just too excited. Salty is not getting stronger at all.
Come on, Salty. I know training's hard, but I think you have potential in you.
Don't be so salty. Another thing you would notice, Bug Vader.
Yeah.
And I say Bug Vader because both of you would notice this for a bit. You guys kind of just expected it to happen at some point. But while you guys have been sitting here training, Bug hasn't completely returned inside you yet.
What do you mean completely?
You feel, and so does Bug, that he can't get far away from you. Like, he can get, like, within, like, arms, within like, the confines of the PET, but if you were to go anywhere else, he could not follow you. He would have to either be inside you or be in the PET. And Bug, I'm just going to say this, you have an idea why. Not a big idea why, but you do have an idea why.
Is it something he's going to want to look into, or more the, oh, it's that?
It's something that he probably would like to confirm before saying.
Okay, so should I roll to look into that?
You can't do that currently.
Okay.
If it's similar to what he thinks it is, you cannot look into it currently.
This seems rather strange. You're telling me. Should we... just don't worry about for now. I'll look into it, but... for now, tell me about your day. So I heard you almost got arrested. Twice.
Good job! I'm kidding.
I would say good job, but I found out the reason you almost got arrested. Well... come on, man. I taught you. You didn't really teach me. I just kinda stood there while you did your thing. Same thing. And this... what was the Dewey the Tooth's name again? Dylan? Nathan. Close. He seems like he knows a lot more than he's letting on. I'm hoping Alan could get a good conversation with him. I definitely want to look into his files. Is quiet here? Are we disconnected at all?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, just making sure because I know there was some problems with the.
I was waiting for that to be done because also 9 minutes ago, a Rod gave $2. Says, "Blue, I'm hurt. It's like you don't trust me in my 30 closest acquaintances with your password." And then he says, "Beatboxing Metual." So he gave one to the Beatboxing Metual. But I was just sitting here waiting for your thing to go through.
Okay, just making sure because I get worried when I hear silence.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. He's got the eyes and the habits of a creeper. Yeah. I don't like it. Au contraire. If we get him on our side, that means he'll have information that we are too moral to find out about. What? Think about it. If, for example, there's someone that probably killed someone and stuffed their body in the fridge, we wouldn't look into it because it'd be rude. We'd have to, think about, okay, we have to think of their schedule. We have to know if we'll get caught or not. That guy probably knows not only how to get into their house, but what flavor of lemonade they prefer. I hope not. Well, if I could be in an actual body, I'd know what kind of please, I don't want this conversation anymore. Fine. he's going to relax a bit.
Okay. Bug, again, you feel like you can go just about anywhere in the PET without without Vader like being right on you. However, you also feel a connection to Vader, so it's not like you could go like behind a thing and like fucking he wouldn't know you're there. He would know where you are, just like you would know where he was. You feel like you still have a connection to him, and you can only leave whenever whenever you're with him. Maybe you can look into it a little bit more whenever you're back over there tomorrow.
That's what I figured.
With that being said, Yome,
Blarp.
eventually you get a response.
Hmm.
Where they is? I haven't decided to be a DM summon right now. You eventually seem to get a response from Night Bunny. The response is video.
Oh, okay. Well, press play.
And by video, of course, I mean you're just connected to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Skype call.
Yes.
Beep bop boop. Beep boop. Hello?
You see Night Bunny on the other side. Yome.
Good evening.
Good evening. Sorry, my master couldn't answer you at the moment.
That is fine. Did the copybot make it all right?
It just arrived.
Good.
And so did your message.
That's good. I apologize.
I saw that you sent one to Toki as well. I will say Toki probably won't mind. We get little annoyances like that all the time. A lot of the times the copybot doesn't understand whenever something is harmful or not.
Joker, look.
As well as sometimes, well, when we're out, things happen. I wouldn't worry too much about any annoyances like that. They will go away in time. However, I would like to know more about why that happened. I don't like the fact that my student was out there, potentially causing some sort of harm.
Well, would you believe it was not... I mean, let me start over. Are you aware of the graduate Anastasia?
Anastasia?
Mm-hmm.
She was a student?
Yes, she is graduated.
Let me look into my records. She seems to stand there for a moment. As she does, she seems to flick in between her Night Bunny persona and her Miss Prague persona. While she's doing that, there was some Donovan inspiration given out, except they were Smashpiration for Donovan.
Oh shit.
Donovan got some Smashpiration from Can't Believe It's Not a Bot, gave $15, smashed out for Donovan. $15, that will give 7? So yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Donovan. Smashpiration Donovan. Copy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. But I'd like to know why, if possible. But
yes.
this Anastasia, looking through records, she wasn't anything that Miss Toki was responsible for. She doesn't go after any of the seniors, and she's only been teaching there for a couple of years now. But I do have her records here.
Yes. She works at the movie theater. She was the source of many false rumors about Alan.
Ah, I see. I'm guessing you mean the girls' locker room incident and something similar.
It seems that she manipulated Alan, taking him to the girls' locker room several times. I do not know the entire detail of what occurred, but it seems that she had made advancements towards him that were somewhat inappropriate. She kissed him. Before I continue, she was made aware that to some extent there is, because she knows Alan watched Toki. Were they aware of any sort of sentiment
Sentiment?
between the Alan liking Miss Toki?
They
don't know about that part.
They could potentially put two and two together, but
Okay.
nothing was explicitly said, I guess.
Okay, I want to make sure. She was doing it so that he could, air quotes, forget Miss Toki. It seems that she, to some extent, might have had knowledge of Miss Toki's extracurricular activities.
Well, that's very serious.
When...
Do you think Alan would have told her about that?
I do not know. But it seems that if she did truly find out that she had some knowledge of Miss Toki doing something that she could use against Alan.
From what you understand, she was only talking about the fact that he had feelings for Miss Toki.
Okay.
Not that she was doing anything like that.
I think it was more along the lines of the fact that he had feelings for Miss Toki. I do not know if it encompasses the whole of her extracurricular activities, but something to do with Miss Toki to an extent. Either way, she coerced him several times and then used... She had let on that it was very, very serious, but when we found out, I got very mad. I wanted to hurt her. Because she had put Alan through so much pain over something so stupid. I guess you could say I was jealous. Or because I knew Alan would do nothing. I felt like I should have, but I also should have known better. And thankfully the failsafe activated because I probably would have really hurt her.
You should have known better. I was thinking it would be something a lot less serious than that, Yome. Even if somebody were to make you angry, well, we have to understand that losing our tempers, especially inside one of those things, could be rather dangerous.
I understand if you wish to revoke my privileges to the copybot. I do not mean to besmirch your generosity. So any punishment you see fit, I will gladly accept it.
I do have to punish you, Yome. 1 week. You can't have my copybot for 1 week.
God damn it, phone! Shut up!
Now that you've shut up your phone, did you hear me?
Yes, I did. I did hear you. She just kind of like, she would have bowed her head like really, really low. And then she just says, "That is more than merciful. Thank you."
At the end of the week, if I feel different about it, then perhaps you can ask me again. I want you to understand. I'm not mad at the warning. I've gotten plenty of those before. But I do think you should understand that you shouldn't use them like that. If you have to get warnings, you get them defending Alan, or get them helping Alan in some way. And here I was hoping to hear that something was happening and you knocked him off of a swing set or something.
No, I mean, Cross slapped her, and nothing happened.
I'll have to talk to
But-
Cross as well.
That is why... I do not know why, actually.
Those
doesn't
warnings
justify
aren't.
it.
Those warnings aren't incredibly. Well, they're not completely foolproof. Some things can get through them, and if you have a strong enough will, you can definitely get through them. That's why you have to know you can't do that, Yome.
Mm-hmm.
We could seriously injure people. We could even kill them with one good hit. They're not as strong as we are.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you understand that, there's no more need for me to talk down at you.
I do not think you were talking down to me. I merely see it as proper reprimandation from my teacher.
I don't like talking like a teacher whenever I'm in this. She just
Then-
looks down.
Proper recommendations from a more responsible adult?
I don't like being a responsible adult when I'm like
I don't like being a responsible adult. Remove the bra that she somehow had under that outfit. Fuck adulting.
Well, either way, enjoy the rest of your weekend, Yome. And
Mhm.
on Monday, don't forget, we do have virus busting.
Yes, of course.
Hmm.
I will say one more thing though. I won't, because I know I cannot use the copybot for a week, and that is perfectly fine. Alan has another date tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it is with Jean, who was a friend of Anastasia's. So, on Monday, if there is any oddities, I just wanted to give you a forewarning.
I trust my students to do the right thing, but be sure to watch over them.
Mm-hmm.
Again, no copybot, alright?
Of course.
Don't ask.
I do not plan to. Thank you for lending it to me, though.
It's no problem. You always treat it so well.
I do?
I half expected to come back in some sort of a mess, but it always comes back rather nice.
It is a very nice experience. It was a lot of fun being in it.
Well, again, I'll say this again. Good night, Yome. Have the good rest of your weekend.
Good night. You too. Pew. Ah!
Calm down.
No, I just in her mind. Ah!
Rip headphone users.
Like myself. Ow.
Like me, I also have headphones on.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it'd be that loud. I actually held myself back. Just internally screaming, just like, ah! It's only a week, Yome. It's only a week. 5 out of those 7 days is in school anyway.
Several hours go by, and as you guys are doing your things, Cross seems to call both of you back over. As you guys go back over, you notice Alan seems to be nodding. Like, he seems to be typing still, but every now and then you just see him kind of drop his head like he's about to fall asleep.
Oh, hey, Cross, perfect timing. I want to hear your philosophy on the current political statements in long and excruciating sentences. Thank you.
Like,
I was sure to put down Bug because I knew we would never find him if I yeeted him.
Alan.
What was that, Yome?
She's just gonna sees him nodding off, so she's gonna call out to him.
He does not respond.
Alan.
Nope.
Is that you saying Alan or Alan saying nope?
No, that Alan's not responding.
Both you and Cross try to do the thing that you did earlier with the nya. It doesn't seem to work.
Cross, turn up volume to 120%.
She goes and tries to turn it up. As she does, she seems to respond with, "Oh, the speakers seem to be off."
Turn them on.
Boop.
Alan.
I'll give him one chance.
God damn it.
I'll give him one chance to be
I've made
able
him
to-
uncomfortable several times today. Don't make her do it again.
I'll give him one chance to control himself.
Wait, control himself. Why is he gonna be like, God fucking damn it, Yome, you piece of cock?
You
I don't
know,
want to talk to you."
that was the lowest control check he would ever have to make. And he failed it.
Oof.
That was the lowest check for his control he has ever made this entire campaign. He's made most of the other ones.
Yep.
He failed this one.
Yep.
Alan seems to be trying to continue through this. He seems to be scrolling up through it, basically at this point looking like he is correcting mistakes he might have made throughout the entire time. He seems to be backspacing on a couple of things and replacing it with other strings of code, and then just going through the entire thing.
He didn't hear me?
He did not.
Cross.
And if he did, he seems to be ignoring it.
Cross, raise it by another 50%.
I will go ahead and speed things up. No matter how loud you do it, he does not answer.
Oh. Okay.
That way we can speed through that.
Yeah, no, that's great. Bug. Bug? Actually, wait, no. Can we make a pop-up?
Cross turns off the monitor.
Rude.
As Alan goes, "Ah!"
I was gonna make a pop-up.
And then she turns the monitor back on. Guys, what's up?
You've been nodding off for quite a while.
Yeah, I'm a little sleepy, but I just gotta finish.
You have another date tomorrow, and you're expected to be there early. Are you not?
I mean, I'm almost done.
What time is it?
It's not that late. Again, he seems to mostly be tired because he woke up very early this morning with that weird sleep thing that happened, as well as he's been going out and basically walking around all day. He seems to mostly just be tired normally. It's not late. It's like 9 or 10.
Okay. Looks at the clock. All right then. Just please do not overexert yourself.
Don't worry, Yome. Just let me check this over one more time. Can I ask you guys to wake me up a little bit early in the morning so I could double check it?
Of course. What time was he supposed to meet up with John at the movie theater?
You guys never really made a time.
Oof.
At that point, you guys probably should contact contact Chillfox since you got his information last time. But you guys never contacted him over the weekend.
Oof. Well, last minute better than never. So it's that thing of like, she just like, well, what time? Oh, we didn't set up a time. I will go contact Chillfox.
Okay, I'll just go over this one more time. I won't take too long. 30 minutes, an hour tops.
An hour. And gonna go contact Chillfox.
Vader, do you want to do anything? Do you want to help her with that, or do you want to go back to doing what you were doing?
Help her with. Sorry.
Contacting Chillfox.
Have I met Jill Fox in game?
He's the Fox boy.
He's
Well-
one of the students' Navis. You have not talked to him.
Okay, then I don't really have a reason.
Boop. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Whoop. You send a request over toward John's information she gave you toward Chillfox, and eventually you do get a response. It takes you about, we'll say, 10 to 15 minutes to get to him. It seems like they were busy doing something beforehand.
Oof.
As he seems to answer. Hey, what's going on, Yome?
Good evening. Apologies for the sudden message.
Oh, it's no problem. Actually, you go first.
Well, I was going to tell Alan to get ready for bed, but then we had realized that we never really coordinated a time for their meeting.
He, opens his mouth a little bit, closes it a little bit, seems to look at something off screen. Puts a finger up. You feel like he puts a finger up towards you 1 second, and you hear all noise from his side seem to go away. You see his mouth moving, and then you see him kind of get a bit of a almost like a sweat drop expression go onto his face as he seems to look back, and the sound comes back. Jan is very disappointed that you guys hadn't done that.
She didn't specify a time. It was going to be at her leisure.
Yeah, and she was really waiting on you guys to say something. We were, making plans. So what time do you guys think would be a good time?
We were going to go as whatever she saw fit.
Well, don't you think that would be more the
Well,
he looks off screen again. And he
without
just
the
kind of
go-
you see him mouth something. Again, you see all sounds seem to go away. You see him mouth something. Roll me for your scan.
Roll for my lip reading. But John, you didn't fucking tell them. I know, but come on. I'm putting to inspiration. This bitch better not be talking shit or she's fucking canceled. 19. There are my rolls. There they are. 8. And 18. So 19 was my highest roll.
You seem to think he says John, I'm not good at this.
John, I am not good at this. John.
Or again, I say John, and you keep telling me to say Jan, so we're gonna go with Jan.
I've been saying Jean a couple times.
Yeah, but you're saying Jean like J-A. It's more like John, almost
John?
like John, but John. You know?
John? Like John?
Like John.
Okay.
But again, it's hard. If it's hard to
Fucking
say,
stunty cunty.
if it's hard to say, we can just go to Jan. I'm fine with that.
And I'm Javert. Do not forget my name.
Either way.
Do not forget me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna forget you.
2.601.
I'm going to forget you now, Will. But he seems to again give a bit of a sigh and just kind of smile over towards you. The audio seems to come back on. It would be nice to have. Would you guys like to walk around for a bit, or do you want to catch the movie at a certain time? I mean, a date normally would be somewhere near the afternoon, right?
We did discuss the possibility of lunch. Whether it be before or after is, well, up to her.
Hmm.
We were willing to give her as much freedom as possible so that she gets the end result that she so desires. Alan is very indifferent, you see.
Well, I mean, Yome, how about this?
Hmm?
He looks off screen for a second, seems to like say a couple of things. You see him kind of like, you see his ears kind of like wince a bit as he looks away, and then he just kind of like smiles up at whatever and just says a couple of things. He looks back to you.
Mhm.
How about you and me figure something out together, away from everything, so that she can keep getting ready.
Yes, of course.
Would you mind sending me the data for your network?
Yeah, of course. Here you go.
You send over the network ID to him. He seems to accept it, looking back over. Be there in a jiff.
Mm-hmm. You mean gift?
He disappears.
That wasn't an answer.
As you wait for a bit, eventually, about 5 minutes later, someone's at the door. Someone's in the thing. Someone's at your room. I'm kidding.
Let him in.
Eventually, in the main network appears Chillfox. He seems to make his way up into Donovan's room network and into the area you three are in.
Donovan's room network or Alan's room network?
Alan's room network. He went to Donovan's place
Someone's
first.
at the door.
He went to Donovan's place first, you see.
Someone's hacking the system.
Okay.
No one's at the door.
As he seems to make his way over to you, just kind of like give him a bit of a wave. This is a lot easier. I wasn't having to listen to two people.
Two people?
Jan is having a bit of a problem right now with her family.
Oh, I see.
They were going to go out to do something today, and then they ended up not doing it, and Jan was really upset, and now they want to go out really late, but they have a bit of a problem with me, you see.
They do, but you are her Navi.
Yeah, Jan's mother and father don't really like the idea of walking around with copy bots.
They do not?
I think they're a little bit, I don't know, suspicious. It's odd. I understand. They're fine with me for what I do for Jan, but they also don't like the idea of copybots being so human-like. You've been told this. You've been told this quite a bit since you've been here.
So they are those kind of...
I don't want to talk bad about them. They're not like anything horrible with them. They treat her well enough, but it is on certain things like that where she gets extremely upset. She's rather protective over me.
Oh,
But
that is good to hear.
I was able to convince her to go with them to their late dinner.
I had heard that there are people who do not like the fact that Navis can be so human. They probably wouldn't like me then.
They didn't like me for the longest time till I got these. Motions up to his ears and tails.
Well, I mean, that does kind of give it away. No, they absolutely would not like me.
But let's not talk about that kind of thing right now.
Of course, we should figure out their schedule for tomorrow. You said she has plans tomorrow?
No, again, she's not in the best state tonight. She was a little bit trying to force herself to be angry. She wasn't really that upset. We both forgot about it as well. But she's a little bit proud. I think that whatever time would be perfectly fine with her, but, I mean, between you and me, both Alan and her probably aren't very good with this kind of thing.
Well,
Her entire
right now...
schedule tomorrow is empty.
Well, Alan has been up since rather early today, and is busy working on something that he seems to be very, very intent on finishing.
Hmm.
And he seemed rather upset when I told him about maybe having to turn in for bed soon. So maybe something a little later in the day would be best.
I
Like
know that if it
lunch.
was, I know that if it was me, and some things that I was programmed in for knowing, I mean, it really depends. How long do you think Alan's able to stay out?
Um,
Does
well,
his parents have any sort of curfew?
no, his father has no sort of curfew that I know of. Again, it is not so much that he cannot be out and about later or too early, just that he is with lack of sleep.
Hmm. Should we try maybe getting an early dinner or late lunch?
Maybe a late lunch.
I think it'd probably be pretty nice of them to walk around the city whenever the sun goes down, don't you think?
It would be quite romantic. Yes.
He just kind of
But
smiles.
but do we really want that?
Mhm.
What does Jean intend with this?
I are you okay with it? I was just trying to think
Uh,
of something that would be nice for them.
yes, of course. I
You seemed
understand that.
you seem to be speaking with a bit of, well, mm. If you have a problem with it, we don't have to.
No, it is just simply Alan can be made uncomfortable a little bit quickly. So anything that can be construed a certain way can probably be bad for him.
uh, Kind of scratches at his cheek a little bit.
I know we've been talking about this as if it is a date, but is it really a date? Is
Yome,
this
can
not really?
you
Hmm?
do you have to tell everything to Alan?
Hmm? I
I'm
am
just
not required to, but I wish to be honest.
Well, I mean, if you have that kind of thinking, can you keep a secret between just you and me?
If I am required to,
It's not really
then
much of a requirement. I just thought that, we're two people, two comrades.
mm, I can keep a secret.
I think she would like it very much if this was, well, fun for her. She doesn't really go out with many people, and when it comes to staying out, I think making it some sort of a memorable thing would probably help out a lot with her anger toward Alan. To be fair, before everything happened, I was pretty sure that she had a bit of a crush on him.
I was a bit afraid you would say that.
Hmm?
Nothing.
I was just thinking that if something were more memorable for them, and, well, they are kids, giving them some sort of a memorable occasion would be kind of fun under our own watch, don't you think?
I can understand that sentiment.
But if you think it's too far, we don't have to do it. A regular lunch and heading home after that would be probably fine.
Well, um, again, I talk about Alan's comfort level because the past time that I've been around here have been very eventful for him. More than he probably first expected. That's why, and due to some extent of my previous purpose and programming, I know how very bold girls can be if there are objects of desire at play.
What did you say you were before everything?
I was a companion.
Hmm. You had
Have you
said
ever heard?
something of. Hmm?
Have you ever heard of a mate box?
I can't say that I have.
It is essentially an artificial lover.
Oh.
Mm.
Interesting. I'm something similar.
You are?
Not a lover, but I am a companion as well.
You a Tamagotchi?
My function as a Navi at first was, well, a mix between two things.
Hmm?
I look like, he just kind of like motions to himself, a bit of an idol, you see. That's what my original programming was, but I was also programmed with companionship in mind. Mostly emotional support, you see.
Emotional support?
I'm a bit of a trying to explain it the best I can without giving too much of my operator's personal life. But I mean, I guess we did say this was between us, but my operator used to not be able to leave her home.
Oh?
She was afraid. She didn't like human interaction. Her family weren't the best people to help her out with things like that, and eventually, to get her to get any sort of socialization, they got me. They spared no expense, and after seeing how lifelike I was, they started getting a lot more, well, apprehensive with me. But I think it really helped John.
Mm.
I'm a bit of an emotional support Navi. I help those who have anxiety with talking to people. It's one of the reasons why I've kept my eye so close on Alan as well, even though I haven't been able to do much of anything.
I see. That explains it then, why you offered yourself as guidance for him.
I don't think that I'd be any better at it than any of you, but I do know that sometimes all somebody needs is someone to talk to. And before he got Bug Vader, I knew that there wasn't a lot of men in his life.
Mm.
I know that I'm technically not one either, but I'm programmed to be one.
You're definitely better than I am, then. It seems that any sort of support I have offered has not been anything Alan needs.
Hmm.
He's even outright told me.
Not a
Because
lot of
he does not need a
people-
lover.
Was that what you were trying to do?
It is what I was. I had more less than pure intentions
Oh.
when I was originally. While you were made for people with social anxiety and fears and traumas, I was made simply for pleasure.
I'm gonna have him roll something really quick. It's pretty okay. What could you say that you kind of like look like when you say that?
She's lightly blushing. She's just kind of arms kind of crossed in a somewhat almost slightly-ish defensive.
He
Kind
takes
of
a-
like she's like waiting for him to judge her.
he takes a couple of steps towards you. What do you do?
Just kind of like looks away slightly, just like,
He puts a hand on your shoulder. Yome, do you see me singing?
I mean, you probably could if you wanted to.
And I'm sure you could be a lover if you wanted to. That's not all we are. I'm sure that we all have our programming, but you can't deny that Alan is doing a lot better since you guys came into his life.
I can agree with that.
There's no sense being ashamed of something like that. I think you guys have done a great job.
I seem to have only made him uncomfortable several times.
To be fair, and I don't mean this in any way mean, but a lot of things make Alan uncomfortable.
And that's exactly what I mean, also. I mean, I kissed him the first time and he seemed to freak out. And then he kissed me, and then he kissed me, and then he freaked out. And then.
He's just looking at you with a smile on his face.
And then he kissed Bug Vader and then freaked out.
And then
And
in the
then he
times he's
kissed
run,
me and Bug Vader.
Look,
then the times he's run into my chest, he's freaked out several times. That time I landed on top of him, he freaked out. He freaks out for everything, Chill Fox. Everything. I don't know what to do. Even when I intend to do nothing, I sometimes end up doing something instead.
I have a question.
Hmm?
And you don't have to tell me honestly if you don't feel like it. But is that why you don't want to have the later date tomorrow?
Possibly. You're asking loaded questions like Donovan did.
Hey, Yome.
Hmm?
I'd like to do what's best for my operator. And I know you'd like to do what's best for yours.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you wondering how he would be like? On a date with somebody else?
Of course I am curious.
I'd like to know as well. How about early dinner, they go out tomorrow night, and then we walk them home. We can grab a copy bot in that time.
I thought she did not want copybots around.
Not during the hours of the movie, but they can't very well keep us away whenever there's been such danger going on there, right? I heard somebody broke into to one of the shops there, right?
Yes, and the movie theater
It'd be a
seems to
lot
be-
easier to convince them that we were just staying out to keep them company if it was nighttime. He gives you a wink.
So, like a double date?
He kind of backs up a second and kind of scratches at his cheek. One of his ears kind of go down. Well, I mean, if you want to think about it like that, I wasn't trying to be that smooth.
No, I mean, well, I
But if
just
you
mainly
like,
thought, it would be a different experience. I have never truly been on a date.
then yeah, like a double date.
Mhm.
We can let them maybe have dinner afterwards, and we can have dinner as well.
Even though we don't need to eat.
It's still fun, right?
Mhm.
So, if we're gonna have dinner after, let's say movie around 6?
That seems fine.
I'll be sure to let her know.
I will let Ellen know as well.
I didn't expect to go out tomorrow. What'll I wear? Probably this. Sorry.
This actually is also a good opportunity. I went shopping today.
Then I can't wait.
It'll be something different.
Until tomorrow.
Love is war, love is war, love is war.
Until tomorrow, then?
Until tomorrow.
Kind of backs away and gives a wave. Chill Fox logging out.
Oh, mister. Oh, mister.
There's that look in her eyes, like as Chill Fox disappears. The eyes slowly drift in different directions. What did I just do?
Cyan Gemini a minute ago says, "Is this what 20 charisma looks like?"
She's just like, what did I just do?
Savannah shows up.
I was
"Oh,
just-
come. Hold on.
I was just-
I got a gift for this.
She was like, I was just slightly harping on how this shouldn't be called a date because of how Alan is, and slightly because of my own jealousy. Why did this end up with me having a date with Chill Fox?
Arad, game $2, says, so I once made a joke that everyone here would be trying to get into Alan's pants by the end of this. Apparently, we're already there. And then says Bug. So I'm guessing that's one to Bug.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much, Arad. Bug will take an extra Bugspiration. Blah. With that being said, like, hey, Yome, you got a date tomorrow. You want to go tell your friends?
Yeah, let's go tell Alan. Alan.
Alan seems to have gone through the script that he has made, and he seems to have closed it out. You actually see that right as you get there is whenever he does this. He seems to sit back into his chair with a bit of a sigh. Yeah, what's up, Yome?
I had just finished communicating with Chill Fox. So it seems like your date with Jean will be in the early evening. Dinner and a movie.
Early evening, when?
Tomorrow? 6.
Yeah? Okay.